Hey guys, it's Brianna. I am just doing a quick check-in. It is like the middle of the night, or it's super late or super early, depending on how you look at it. At this point, it's 4:30 in the morning Pacific time, so I would say it is super early. One of my boys woke up in the middle of the night about an hour and a half ago, and I don't know about you, other moms or dads, when your kids wake up in the middle of the night and they're beyond, like, baby age. My boys are almost 5, and my oldest is turning 8 next week. And you kind of like get out of that, they wake up in the middle of the night mode. So when they do, on the very rare occasion, it's because they're either sick or they just have like a random bad dream or something. And I don't know, like tonight I could not sleep. So, anyway, it's kind of messing with my sleep schedule, which I've been working on. But I figured I would just take this time to, sorry guys, I'm in my pajamas. Pillow, because I have no bra on. Anyway, I know TMI, but I'm tired. It's too late or too early, whatever you want to say about it. Um, Anyhow, so I did not, well, I did wake up like this, but this is like, I did not put this on. This is leftover makeup from last night. I know, terrible. I slept in my makeup, and this is a lip stain that like really, you know, stains in a good way, I guess. So anyhow, all right, I'll talk to you guys about that on a different one. So I just wanted to take this chance just to hop on and, kind of rip off another band-aid and tell you guys what's been going on since the last time I saw you. First of all, excuse me. First of all, I've lost about 20 pounds since the last time I saw you. So yay, good, yay, progress. I'll take it. Could it have been more if I had been on my game? Yes, but so I kind of those of you who are familiar with Brene Brown, she's famous for her TED Talk on shame and vulnerability. And she's a fellow Texas girl. And my Cowboys lost tonight. So just don't, we'll have a moment of silence. Okay, moving on. Anyhow, she talks about like sometimes when she's super vulnerable, she feels like she gets what she calls lovingly vulnerability hangover. And I think because I was so hard on myself for so long, even though I got such great positive feedback, I still was in a place of not being nice to myself, I guess. And so it took some time for me to kind of wrap my head around it. I couldn't really think of, I think I wasn't quite ready emotionally, mentally, to get back on program and kind of like get my ish together. And so I felt like, I don't know, like I just still needed to take a moment myself. And I think really I was just holding myself back. Let's be honest, okay? Kind of in hindsight. And I felt like I was trying to like, I describe it as being, those square wheels, right? They don't make square wheels for a reason. But so sometimes, a lot of the times when we feel like we're starting over, whether we're getting over a phase in our life, whether we're healing from something, grieving, it's like you're a square wheel, and every time you have to turn to the next area, it's a big effort. Like every single moment, every single turn takes such a huge effort. I feel the same way about depression, and kind of coming out of my depression feels like that. It's like everything that was normal for me before felt like it turned into this like epic effort, you know? It's like it took so much to like get out of bed. And I could get out of bed, but then it was like, get the kids ready for school. And then it was like, I could get the kids ready for school. Was I dressed myself? Did I look, you know, kind of put together at all? Try to get dressed. And, you know, I went on like that for a really long time. So, even though I was feeling better, and I think hopefully you guys can tell, honestly, just in these last 2 months, my depression has really lifted, and I'm so grateful for that. And I thank God for that, and I thank like my friends and my family for their support. But it's just I'm kind of in a better season, I guess. I'm it's not a forcing, it's just it was a long time that I was that square wheel. And so when I did that video, I really wanted to put myself back out there, but I felt too that I was also still in that part of like, you know, kind of forcing myself to like get through the next phase. And then at the end of October, I injured my foot, which doesn't seem like that big of a deal. I understand that there's a lot of people that have way bigger injuries, way more severe illnesses, that sort of thing. But at a time where I felt like I was kind of coming out of, you know, the ditch, I had this other thing that happened that kind of pulled me back down. So I was at a fall festival with my kids at the local preschool that my son goes to, that happens to be, you know, part of a Christian church. And so we went to this fall festival and we were having a great time. And I stepped up, of all things, true story. You guys want like the real story? I'm just kind of, it's not embarrassing because I didn't create it. It just happened this way. I probably should have gotten dressed, but whatever. I'm just snuggling a pillow. We're just hanging out, having a little pajama talk. Anyhow, so we're at this fall festival, and I was with my my youngest needed to go to the bathroom, and instead of them letting us into the building because all the games and everything was outside, all the music, they had these porta potties, right? Okay. I have two boys. I don't know why. My youngest son thinks that porta potties are so awesome. Maybe he will feel differently when he gets a little bit older, but right now, you know, it's porta potties, they have porta potties. And I'm like, no, no. Anyhow, so, okay, so he had to go to the bathroom, but they had porta potties, but they were up like on a trailer, which I had never seen. Don't know why that was the way it was. And so I had to get up on this. So I got him up there and I had to like step up on this. You know, I'm 5'1". Y'all remember shorties and 40s, right? But I had to step up on this really high step, and I've been having some kind of plantar fascia, fasciitis issues, plantar fascia. It's really late, or it's super early. It's really early. It's the middle of the night for me. Anyway, so I already had some plantar fasciitis going on. Like my foot on my right side was already really tight. Why I decided to step up with that foot first, I will never know. I will never do that again. But so I stepped up, and it was like a really high step. And so, you know, being at the weight that I'm at and being that I had some plantar fascia issues, I put all of my weight on that right foot and hoisted myself up. And right as I did that, I felt a pop, I know, at the bottom of my foot, and a shocking amount of pain. That's Titanic in the background. And my remote, because the kids drop the remote all the time that has tape on it. Just give me a like below if your remote, whether it's your Netflix, your TV, cable, dish, has tape on it because of your kids. Anyhow, so I felt an immediate pop at the bottom of my foot, a shockwave of pain, and I knew something was wrong. So I managed to get him to the bathroom and get down off of there, and I like hobbled back to where my husband and my oldest son James were, and kind of hobbled around for about 20 more minutes, and I was like, something's really wrong. I really messed something up. I really did something bad. Something's wrong. And so I iced it that night, and I stayed off of it, and I did some research, and it looked like I had done either a full tear or partial tear of my plantar fascia, which is the tendon that goes underneath. It's at the bottom of your foot, which is like beyond, because every step you take, every move you make, it hurts. So I was, long story short, I went to the podiatrist. Well, I went to the ER the next day because it was getting crazy, and got the whole walking boot. I got a cane. Feels really good at 36 to walk with a cane. It's like I was not pimping. It did not have flowers on it like those super awesome ones from CVS, which I almost went there. I didn't know how long it was going to take. So the healing time was 6 to 12 weeks. I went to go see a podiatrist. I got a smaller boot. I ordered one from Amazon, because the one that they gave me at the ER was like all the way up to the bottom of my knee, which, like, I'm short. And so walking in that boot, when you already have sciatica issues and like back pain, you're like 3 inches off the ground. And so every step I took was like thunk, thunk, thunk. So then at the podiatrist, I got an orthotic. Oh gosh. I got an orthotic to add to the bottom of my other shoe so that I could even out the step. But it wasn't comfortable. I always felt like I was gonna like fall or twist my ankle on my left. And because it was my right foot, one, he said, stay off of it as much as possible so that I didn't make it worse. Two, so I was like basically like sedentary, housebound, didn't do anything because I did not want to have surgery, and I didn't want to mess it up worse. And I tend to be the kind of person that does too much too soon. So I knew that it was going to be my catch-22. So I gave into it, and I sat my butt on the couch, basically. And when you're coming out of a depression, that's like other people are like, oh, cool, you got doctor's orders to stay home and watch Netflix? That's awesome. And I'm like, no. I did that for a year and a half. I don't want to stay home. I already did that. I want to go out. I want to like be with the world again. And so it was a challenge. It was a real challenge. Hold on, dry mouth. Dehydration. I got a piece of ice there. Anyhow, um, so like it was really a challenge, but the other side of it is that it was my right foot, and you cannot drive with a walking boot on your right foot. Don't even try it. I will admit I live on a pretty quiet street, and I tried to back out of my driveway, and I drove right back in because I could not maneuver with the walking boot. So on top of that, I could not drive for a while. And then even if you took the walking boot off, every flexion, like every, press of the gas pedal or the brake, you use the exact muscles and like that tendon. It was painful. It was awful if I did have to. So I had to get some help. I had to get my mom to help me with the kids. The first couple of weeks, my husband took time off of work, just a little time out aside. My thoughts and like my hopes and my prayers go out to everyone affected by the government furlough. We are one of those families. And although I am grateful for my Optavia income as a coach, that is what is keeping us afloat right now. That is what's bridging the gap. But my husband, even though we're like separated, amicable, like I talked about last time, so he's been helping out a lot at the house like every day, which is great. But yeah, like we're one of the families that's not getting paid right now. He is one of the people that is guaranteed back pay, so I'm thankful for that. My heart breaks for people that aren't getting back pay. I'm not gonna turn this into a political issue. I don't really discuss politics on my channel, and so don't worry about that. Chill out. But anyway, just if there's anybody watching that you guys are affected by it, like my heart goes out to you because that's really tough to like wake up every day and turn on the news and be like, okay, like are we finally gonna get paid or not gonna get paid? Do I gotta work today? Do I not gotta work today? So I feel you. Anyhow, so when I got injured, and that was at the end of October, all of November, I was pretty much sedentary, housebound. My husband and my mom made Thanksgiving dinner. I felt really useless. I felt really, I don't know, it was a tough time, guys, because I really was in a place of like wanting, like I really wanted to get out. I felt like I was feeling better and all of that. And then I got injured and I felt like totally defeated by it. But anyhow, that's kind of like where my headspace was at. That's why I didn't kind of show back up again. Things have picked up the last few weeks with the business and with my team and my coaches and my clients. So I'm really excited about that. And like I mentioned, maybe you guys can notice, I know when people are heavier, it doesn't show as much, but I feel like a little bit in my face. I feel like I'm getting some definition and stuff in my face, and I'm excited about that. I'll keep updating you guys, and I'll be sharing my journey, obviously. And I just went, oh God, I'm sorry, just a humble brag, not a humble brag, because it's a brag on somebody else. I feel like my colorist, my hairstylist, my Brittany, does so good. Look at this on my color. I always get compliments on my color. But anyway, just to say that I finally went and got my hair done. This is like day 3. I try to let my color sit for a few days before I wash it. This is day 3, but I got my color redone. We didn't go as copper. We went a little bit more like almost strawberry blonde. It is still like red. It's in the red family for sure. But on camera it's showing up like a little bit darker, but during the day it's lighter. You guys can see. But I feel like she does such a good job. So I got a hair refresh just a couple of days ago. So I'm feeling good. I'm excited. I hope you guys are doing well. I know that this went kind of long. I just wanted to catch you guys up. And anyway, just some exciting stuff coming up, and you know, everything from recipes to stuff on the journey. I think a couple of me and my coaches, we had talked about you know, kind of each of us sharing our stories and kind of where we're at right now. And so it's a good time. The Warriors are back. So if any of you guys over the years, my old videos, we had talked about the Warriors. That was the name of our Facebook group. We're back and we're rebuilding, and it's you know, a lot of us, we've gone through a lot, and I'm sure like any of you, you've gone through a lot in your life. And so I just encourage you, you know, 2019, this, don't make it this artificial, like, oh, it's a new year, new me. No, it's just you. It's just a different version of you. It's an evolved version of you. It's a better you. It's and maybe for you it's getting back to who you were, or you know, kind of reviving who you were. That's what it feels like for me. I feel like for the first time in a long time, I feel more and more like myself again. And that has a lot to do with my depression getting better, and I'll talk about that probably in a different video, because I feel like that's an important component of what's happened in the last couple of years with me in my life. But also just, you know, sometimes again, you can be that square tire, right? Every effort is hard. Every effort takes so much effort. But then you just start to like smooth out the edges. And so it will get better. It will get easier. It's going to take some time. It's going to take that refining process. But that's what we're all here for, right? Is to help each other, encourage each other. And if you get stuck in the ditch, I'm here to push you out. You can call me if you need a tow, if you need a tow truck. All right. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Thanks for hanging in there with me. Welcome anybody that's new. Thanks for coming along the journey. And I hope you guys are doing awesome. Happy New Year. And I'll see you guys soon. Bye.